It's time for the type of energy only Darren, McCarty, and Neal Ruhl can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, 4 cups and stuff.
Stuff.
D-Mac, what's up, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What a great night in Detroit sports last night.
It was.
Obviously for the first place teams in the hockey and in the basketball. But, yeah, that was some electricity. Just talking to Maz and KG and JB and the guys that were down there live yesterday. It was something that was electric.
Yeah, KG's down there with the crew, with the squad, everything like that as well. So, Dad Maz took the kids out for a night, didn't he, KG?
Great father-son outing yesterday, and shout out to Kool-Aid. He came up there with us, kicked it with us. We ran into Kuka Hill, Eric Vincent, the great Pistons media team that has assembled. And when I tell you it was playoff type environment, I'm not exaggerating that at all. For a Monday night, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you manhandled the Knicks.
Which is crazy because it's a Monday off a break, and guys, I'll give you some cross correlation. The Dodgers don't fill the stadium on Monday nights.
They don't.
Nobody fills the stadium.
Dodgers don't fill the stadium until the fifth inning.
You're right. But even then, even in the fifth inning, it's now full on Mondays for the Dodgers. It is. Yeah. There was coming off the holiday break, there was every excuse in the world for that not to be a good crowd, and it was on jam.
And they were engaged. It wasn't just that they were there.
You said Spike Lee was there, and he couldn't even get out of his seat.
He got up once in the first quarter. You never saw him again after that. It was beautiful. But Detroit royalty was standing up, man. Dwayne Casey, Jalen Rose in the house. Grant Hill walked in with Cade Cunningham when they came to the arena. That was a welcome sight. We got to see him after the game. Shout out to Grant Hill. But man, it was really a Detroit atmosphere, and the fans were engaged from the moment the opening tip happened. It was a beautiful sight.
No, Mike G. I'm not going to ask KG if, quote, Maz bought KG and Kool-Aid some cotton candy.
He did not.
He's not Philip Drummond.
You're right.
All right? It's Maz,
no, he did not.
Not Philip Drummond.
No, he did
all
not.
All right. Young Justin in for Spencer today.
Hello.
What's up, man?
It's not the same tone.
Hey, I'm doing great. We get a low-key got outplayed last night, but when you got a stellar tender in the net with John Gibson, get to come into work happy. Thank you, John Gibson.
So we're in on John Gibson now.
I've never been out.
There were some people that were out.
Some people out.
I'm not even hockey elite, and I know there's
never
people that were out.
But we don't. Those are the ones that are on and off. But no, in all seriousness, you have to, when you're a first-place team or a playoff team, you got to win games like that. You got to lean on guys. Now, you can't make it a common thread, but that's the John Gibson that was brought in here. And I think that there's two tales of John Gibson. Look at his stats probably before December, but this is the real deal. They're leaning on him a little bit more, and he's coming through. So that's what this team needs. They're not, I told you, they're still a little bipolar. Whether they got their medication, filled at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month or not, but that's what the veteran goalie leadership is there for. No.
And, look, there'll be some cross comparisons that we get to, as far as the Wings and the Pistons and all that.
You never apologize for a win.
No, and absolutely not. I've never seen a team get their ass beat so badly, but beat someone's ass. You know what I'm saying?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't. But you know what? Sometimes you got to win without your fastball. They didn't have the fastball yesterday. And, D-Mac, I'm glad, look, I know that there's pressing line stuff to get to. There's always going to be, it's going to be uncomfortable as we go. But, D-Mac, with these two teams right now, the Red Wings are in first place. The Red Wings are in first place. The Pistons are in first place in the East. That's real. It's January now. It's not the third week of the season. It's January. And I get where you're all going to go with this. Here's where it's cool is right now talking about it, But here's where it kind of sucks, D-Mac, because there are a lot of people that are electric in the chat, but there's some that aren't. And jump into the chat, by the way, if you want to get involved. You want to skip the line, use the super chat. Real cream of wheat, Cade Cunningham, no doubt. But here's the deal. I know that there's a segment of people that are going to say with the Red Wings and say with the Pistons, you got to do it in the playoffs. There are.
And I think that to the Pistons, yes. That's the expectation where they're going to go. For the Wings, you can't get there yet. You got to stay on track and maintain to get to the playoffs. And then what are you going to do? But the difference that I see this year, right, is that this is a team that is preparing for that. And then when they get in the playoffs, what can they do? They're just not going to be lambs at the slaughter. They're going to actually have a team to compete. Now, I'm also excited because the more points that they put up, right? And whether you're in first place or not, you're chasing points, right? You're trying to get to that 94, 5, 6, 7 point total for the playoffs and stuff like this. But the interesting part now, folks, and this is for everybody out there, whether you're a believer or you're not, see another level of the hashtag Wiser Plan 1919. What's that? What are we going to do to make this team better going down the stretch? Right, because I firmly believe, and I will be shocked and probably upset if there isn't moves to be made. And it's not big moves. It's installation moves. It's making this team better. It's bringing guys in that 4 games like last night, which, to your point, is more like a road playoff game where you have to come out like that. And I'm sorry, Ottawa, good effort to whatever, but we executed better throughout the lineup at different times. That's what you need for the playoffs. So that's what the more points that this team puts on the board, the more excited it gets, because Stevie's gonna make some moves to get it better. That's what we always did back in the day, right?
Right.
We insulated it, right? We didn't just go through it. We added guys.
Yeah.
You added a guy like a Larry Murphy at the trade deadline, or adding different guys throughout the way. We always wanted to make it stronger. So that's what last night and them getting these points helps.
And this year, feels different because, like Neal says, they didn't have the fastball last night, and they would lose this game 9 times out of 10 last year. But the depth scoring from JVR, from Kopp, that you're seeing is just helping this team go be that top of the line Eastern Conference team. Also helps that John Gibson in December and January is sporting a 9.25 save percentage.
And he was terrible to start. That's what's incredible. I don't think people understand this run he's been on after the start.
He
it was
in
bad
the low
at the
eights.
start.
He was in the 8.5s.
Mid 8.5, but it's better. You see a different goalie, whether it's comfortability
no doubt.
to whatever it is, them leaning on him or whatever else. I was going to ask you, right, because that you're playing well when you get a shorthanded goal from one of your plugger guys, and he's on a 2-on-1 and he looks off the captain and buries it. That's what guys got to do. But do you read anything into the lines changing and switching it up? Because a lot of people were commenting
Skeptical.
on Raymond without Larkin, different things, but it looked to me at the end of the day the results came through, so I wouldn't expect Todd McLellan to make any changes. I was a little skeptical when I saw the line changes, but he knows. But that's why he's the coach.
Right. My only question is, how did John Gibson get here? How did the Red Wings obtain him?
A trade.
Huh.
Wow. I know.
How did DeBrincat get here?
A trade.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that goes against the narrative I've been told by some in this industry. That's odd. All right, maybe I'll look into it further, I guess. Maybe, and we'll come to some conclusions.
Hockey Elite would always tell you that the only way to acquire true talent is by trade, because the best players do not
Don't
come
get traded.
available in the NHL.
Especially now, under the current financial structure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's odd. Huh, I may have been lied to. I don't know. I'll think about it, and I'll get back to you guys on that. Did also, too, want to shout out Amon-Ra St. Brown Foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Great event here. The main event last night.
Shout out.
Really great event. And, before we get to the break and before we get rolling on the Pistons last night, did want to shout everybody out here. And I'll say this, too. I like being at those events emceeing those events, working those events. What they did, and you guys heard us do the commercials, right? Like we brought in children and their families, that have life-altering disabilities, life-altering illnesses, things like that. And D-Mac, like, here's the deal, man. And I've talked to you about this privately. I've talked to you about this publicly. And as a parent, when you're at these things, you're working it, and you're talking to the kids and you're talking to the families, and there's always like a part of me. I've been lucky. My kids are like fully healthy. They don't listen sometimes, but they're healthy.
That's kids,
you know what I'm saying? And whenever I'm at these events, D-Mac, I always find myself thinking, wow, man, like, you have it so easy. And I wanted to prop you out and Braylon out in particular, because obviously Amon-Ra was great with the kids. They got their hair dyed blue and everything, and they were all fired up, and it was great. And you had some of these kids, D-Mac, were some of the coolest kids I've ever been around.
Unbelievable.
Coolest kids I've ever been around. There was one child here, was just an electric factory.
Yeah.
That kid
Boogieing down. Is that what you're
loved
talking about?
dancing.
Yeah.
And he made you like dancing.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't communicate with people. He would just like point at people, and then you had to start dancing because he was bringing it.
Yeah,
And it was a ton of fun. But what I did want to talk about, D-Mac, you and Braylon in particular, and this just kind of clicked with me this morning because I was telling you, because I came home and I talked to my wife about it, and I've done events like that in the past, like at golf outings, and we don't think of the parents that deal with this every day, like kids that are in wheelchairs, and for them to like get them to events. Like, think of the challenge.
Yeah.
To do your day. To do your
even
everyday.
outside of that, medical visits,
all of
that.
that.
Hospital
To go to the
visits and
grocery
stuff.
store. To
Yes,
go out to eat. Like,
it's tough.
every single day. And these parents, man, like these
Yeah.
parents just bring it, and they show up every single day. And I wanted to bring you guys up because, with all due respect, the kids don't know who you guys are.
No, right.
But the parents do.
Yeah, that's-
and the parents that would light up to see D-Mac, that would light up to see Braylon, Michigan fans, Red Wing fans that were here. That was my takeaway from the night, man, because no one works a room like you work a room. I've said,
That is
anyone
a
that's
fact.
ever seen you at LCA,
That is a fact.
You've always said it. You're like, the people are my battery, the people are my power. I'm envious of your skill to work a room, and the joy you brought to the parents that deal with that stuff, man. Like, that's pretty incredible, dude.
But that's what it's all about. And I think that, like, the clarity of my journey, where I realized, like, for a lot of those events, and you're right, and it's about different things, but you try to, it's the age group, right? Like, a lot of the parents, where you have younger kids, right? So the parental age group is like your age group and stuff like that. So when you realize what events, and different events are different, right? But when you see that and you just try to go, and I cherish it because everybody's got a story, not about me, but with me involved,
Right.
that I can get involved in. And the bottom line, Neal, is like any of us, like, I care. I want.
that's
I'm the
it.
one.
You can't fake that.
I no, exactly. I
can't
want to
fake that.
hear that, and I want to hear, and at that moment, right? It's all about being a service. But how much fun?
It was,
right?
it was
How much
legit
fun, dude! I got my beard. The kids were all in blue.
Yeah.
So they were wondering why I couldn't be in blue, and I had to say, you got to speak to my friend here about contractual obligations of life and the Red Wings. So they understood, but I got a bunch of them that they're going to start growing some of these when they get a little bit older. So
Yes.
had
But no, it was.
But
it was
shout
very
out
cool.
to everybody. We
Yeah.
hear, Wicked Wishes and
Wicked Awesome Wishes was incredible. The way that they
and-
transformed this place was
and how
incredible.
and to that point, but how the genuine how Amon-Ra St. Brown interacts with these kids too.
Yeah.
At the was great. It's everybody got. It
was important to him to be here, man.
It was, and it was
Yeah.
important for him, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And his wife too, Brittany.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So again, shout out to St. Brown Foundation, Wicked Awesome Wish. It was a great night, a lot of fun. Justin, you were great, like capturing all the moments and everything. So it was a lot of fun. Woodward Sports Super Chat. You want to skip the line? Super duper chat. DNC ENT. You decide which is a lie told by the 2 p.m. show on the flagship. Stu and Ivy, especially Stu, wouldn't have made a difference in that series, or Cade couldn't start on the Celtics team 2 years ago. DNC, I'm not here to do that.
Yeah, what?
I'm just telling you what I hear, and I leave it to you guys to see if I was lied to. Sideless in the super chat. It's a shame the Pistons haven't played a real team yet.
I know,
because
right?
the Knicks sure ain't a real team. Yo, Knicks fans, where'd you go? Haven't heard from Nick Lucido today.
Oh,
haven't heard.
hey,
how
where are
odd.
you,
That's
you
odd.
rat?
Odd. I didn't get a text or anything. Not one from New
wow.
York
Really?
Nick Lucido.
Where he at?
That's
Weird. New York media, by the way.
Oh, I hope
Shut
he's there.
the
I hope he's there on Thursday.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going straight to his
Yeah.
spot. You better own up before this, Lucida.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
better.
Nah, but New York media got it shut.
New York media. Yeah, I mean, Pistons were really super cute last night.
I know.
Really
cute.
a cute little team.
Cute when that boot is in your ass. You know?
All right, we're gonna get to it, everybody. Tell them about Black Rock.
Let me tell you about Black Rock Bar and Grill, because, I mean, who doesn't love grilling a steak on a stone, am I right? Because when you're looking for dinner plans that sizzle, head to Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on the stone. They launch a whole new menu with returning favorites and a newest ways to sizzle. Prime sirloins are here to stay, not just a meal, it's a top rock experience. Also, all-you-can-eat platters for just $20, and mention Woodward Sports and get 20% off your entire bill. Go hit up Black Rock today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
For Planet Fitness, I got a date with Planet Fitness coming up this afternoon, as a matter of fact. See, the workout regimen has changed. I don't take kids to school in the morning anymore, but the results stay the same because Planet Fitness is everywhere, and Planet Fitness is always open. There's over 50 of them in and around the metro Detroit area. If you're thinking about joining a gym for the new year, it's only Planet Fitness, everybody. I'll never be a member at another gym. I've been there going on 4 years. I've accomplished pretty much every fitness goal in my life through the help of Planet Fitness. Ran half marathons, everything. Trained for them. Planet Fitness has always played a part in it. I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. Like, I was not in shape before. I'm in shape now. Period. End of story. That's because of Planet Fitness. PlanetFitness.com. All right, back out of here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, D-Mac here, KG here, young Justin in for Spencer. Give that guy a day off, man. Jesus. So he's handling business stuff that you need to when you're a homeowner and all of that stuff, or home rent or whatever you want to call it.
It's never fun, adulting.
Yes. We have comms with Nick Lucido, by the way.
Yeah,
in
we
the
found
chat.
him.
He says, congrats on your regular season win. Detroit wasn't losing that game. That's a revenge game. We'll see you when it counts. Yeah, if you guys are there.
What Chris Platty said last night, in February, try again.
Yeah.
February
right.
6th, try again.
I love you tried.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into that. I'm salty. Pistons need to win in the playoffs. That's the next hill to climb. And, look, I'm glad the streets are engaged. I'm glad the place was popping on a Monday night. I'm glad The star row was in effect with KG and Maz and Kool-Aid and Spike Lee and Grant Hill. All the stars were out there last night. I'm glad, but there is a segment of people that are going to be that way. But make no mistake, T-Mac, you can speak exclusively to this. There are regular season games, and then there are regular season games that matter. And it's true. Cade said it. He didn't say it like that. He said, look, man, I'm not going to lie to you. This was extra. And it was.
Yeah, you put them on its calendar. And why would Detroit not be on New York's calendar, right?
Right.
To whatever else, because of what happened last year in the playoffs and what you're trying to accomplish and where you're at in the standings. So, yeah, I mean, it reminds you, whether it's a rivalry of the Colorado, but it's like when you test yourselves against like the Jerseys and the Dallases and throughout the season, that it means a little bit more because you're going to find out what you're made of a little bit. And going into that, you got something to prove. You're not playing with a couple of your starters.
Yeah.
So you're going to also prove, hey, we're a better team. You're gonna show New York, and also too is to show New York that this ain't the team that you played last year, right? So we're legit, and yes, it is a regular season win. So in the whole scheme of things, it doesn't matter at the end of the day in the biggest way, but it matters.
Yeah, and I felt like Cade set the tone for that all night. Like, Cade was Cade. We all expect him to do what he does on a nightly basis.
Cade was different last night.
It felt different.
Yeah.
You can see on the body language, the look on his face, he wanted that one. He took that one personally, and so did the rest of the team. The way B-Ball Paul was able to step up, in the absence of Darren.
Shout out B-Ball Paul.
He locked...
City needs to get on board with B-Ball Paul,
Bro,
man.
he locked Karl Anthony Towns the fuck up. I never want to hear Cat's name again. I swear. It was a masterclass.
No, 100% right.
So it gives confidence, right, to some of your role guys, some of your different guys, and shows what you have. And to that point, there's probably 80 games, a dozen throughout the year at different points
that catch your attention.
That are attention getters. Now, in season, because the games and the narratives tell themselves, right? That you can add to that, but yeah, you always have some that you put on the schedule.
Yeah, and it showed last night, and it was on I told you guys, it was on my schedule.
Yeah.
Like when I got out of here yesterday and got out of that event, man, I was running back. You flipped on the radio. George Blaha doing the radio broadcast. By the way,
shout out,
because
okay.
Peacock had the national exclusive broadcast on it. But no, it was extra to me, so I know it was extra to everybody else, and I could tell in the chat that it was extra to you guys. Jalen Brunson looked real cute sulking on the bench with his arms crossed with 5 minutes left, down by 20. They waved the white flag early in that fourth quarter.
They did, and guess what? The bench didn't let up.
No.
Normally, the bench comes in and you give up some points or a run or two. That didn't happen. They kept the foot on the gas.
Yeah, so, again, man, it was extra. Mike G, the Pistons are running out of teams to smack. And they did, beat down the Lakers, on their floor.
Mm-hmm. The Cavs.
Were down guys, came back, beat the Cavs. That's a good call, Mike G. This is real, everybody. I don't know how much more you need to see that it's real. It's real.
Yeah, if you're going to say this Pistons team's real. I mean, this is real as it. We could have conversations with the Red Wings and say, okay, yeah, but there's still a couple, little cracks or stuff you want to see tightened up. But this, LCA, is going to be humming. And you saw it, last night, Kenny, as far as that atmosphere in there.
Yeah.
Imagine that playoff atmosphere.
It's going to be crazy. We might have.
Everybody's stoked because here's the thing, too. Right? The fans, not just the players, they got the same games on the schedule marked down, right? And that was proven last night on a Monday.
I know.
On a Monday, right after the holiday. Right. On a Monday after the holiday. I hopefully it was a lot of cashing in on holiday ticket gifts. But everybody had. But in order to have that, everybody had to have it on their calendar.
It felt so good to see Pistons fans leave with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, knowing this game is well put away. Yeah. They were engaged literally
Mike Brown
until 5 minutes.
Sent
in
up the white flag.
Yeah,
he pulled Brunson and stuff like that. And look, and now it's real, right? As New York media said, the Pistons are a cute little team. Remember when you guys said that? Remember that? Now I look up here on the screen, and Stephen A's got the Can the Knicks win a championship as currently constructed? No, you can't.
And it was embarrassing.
No, you can't.
It wasn't just a beat. It wasn't just the Pistons beat the Knicks. It was embarrassing on their end. Defensively, they had no fucking answer for what the Pistons wanted to do in the paint.
Karl Anthony Towns was in a phone booth.
Yeah, bro, he had 1 rebound. Like it was not
Paul Reed
What are we
put
doing?
Karl Anthony Towns in a locker and closed the door and walked away.
Yep.
And he was like banging on the door trying to get somebody to get him out. No one's coming to get you.
And when
out.
I'm gonna take a break, Beef Stew gonna come in here and lock you the fuck up.
Right.
Like it was, man. This team,
Now-
they never cease to amaze me.
Now I will say this, because like I said, I locked into this one. The game was officiated in a way that is beneficial to the Pistons, and I want everyone to keep their eye on this because they let them go at it.
They did.
And when you let them go at it, the Pistons are tougher than the Knicks are. Period. End of story. There aren't many teams that are tougher than the Pistons are, and I know that's kind
It's
of
only
cliche.
one.
No, but
and
that goes
throwback.
back to JB talking about like we got guys that love this, like they want to
It's a
play that
want
way.
to
So
thing.
Yeah.
again, when the game is sort of skewered to let them play, hell yeah, because we got guys that love to get in there and get gritty.
No
There's
doubt.
only one team that can match that physicality, and we know what team that is. But I also
I
have
don't.
JB
Which one?
Bickerstaff sound if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Let's do that. Let's play that out
Which
of the
team?
break.
Kenny,
You said what?
which team matches physically with us?
Oh, it's the OKC Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're built very similarly. So,
Except Chet is kind of soft.
yeah, agreed.
He is. Young Justin, we'll run the JB Bickerstaff sound when we come back from the next break. All right.
Did you slack it to Spenny?
No, it's in the BD.
Perfect.
song.
I got you.
By the way, too, because I got a little more on the Pistons coming up. Watch that game February 6th. There were 30 free throws total in that game last night. They went to war. February 6th, I bet it'll be a little bit different.
Yeah, try
And
again.
if we beat you that way, Knicks, and look, you guys know I'm about game flow. You saw it last night when we were talking about the Red Wings and the Senators game. I'm like, man, it sucks that they called that penalty because they're gonna call another. They're gonna call one on the Wings in 4 minutes.
I think the quote was, "Let's score on this power play
Yeah.
because you know you're gonna have to
Kill
stop
a couple
one."
off,
and
yeah. And they called back-to-back penalties, but they got away with it and they won. You guys watch. Brown will be all over those officials on February 6th.
Oh, yeah.
The Knicks will shoot. It'll start with a 2, the number of free throws. It'll be in the 20s,
I
the
can
free
see
throws that they shoot. But you got to, some games are called like that.
Yeah.
So you got to figure that out and roll with it. Somebody you don't want to be in foul trouble will be in foul trouble. Just trust me on this one, guys. And I'll say this, Nick Lucido, if they go in there and y'all get 25 or 30 free throws and we still beat you, it's over.
No,
You
big
may
fact.
as well tear that thing down.
Yeah.
You may as well tear it down, dude, because you're not good enough to win as it sits.
You ain't got enough dog in you.
You can't go to that level. You just can't. All right, Jack's Car Wash, everybody. Hey, it's raining. It's either raining or snowing. So here's what you need to do. If you get your car wash, say twice a month, say you go to the car wash twice a month, you need to go to jackscarwash.com and take a look at the subscription packages because it's going to rain or snow pretty much every day for the next 3 months. So why not just go to jackscarwash.com, get linked up with one of their subscription packages that's roughly the cost of about 2 car washes per month, and just take your car to get car washed whenever you want at any one of the 40-plus Jack's Car Wash locations. If you want to try it out for free, text WSN to 888-522-1729. You'll take advantage of the free vacuums, free compressed air, the free mat cleaning rooms, and every Jack's Car Wash ends with the signature hand towel drying service. They have full service locations. They'll do the inside of the car, the outside of the car. Again, just go on the website and take a look. You'll be surprised how affordable the subscription packages can be. jackscarwash.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Neal Ruhl here for Art and Jake's, everybody, the very finest sports bar in all the sports bar land. Hey, we're going to be watching the playoffs around here. Once that sting shakes off and you say, hey, I want to go watch the game, Art and Jake's is the move, man. The high-definition media walls everywhere. Here's the way to do it. The Wings and the Pistons are good, and they often play on the same nights. Art and Jake's, that's the go-to. They got the upscale menu. They got all the favorites, the
Would've
stadium
been perfect
food.
for last night.
Last night was an Art and Jake's night. And by the way, they have daily specials also. Rib Monday. You could have been living like a king up at Art and Jake's yesterday, man. Guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't been there yet, they are the standard as far as sports bars go. The very best food, the very best TVs, all the audio, the top-notch audio as well. All of it is there for you. Art and Jake's. Download the app, scan the QR code on the screen. A sports bar setting, a fine dining flavor. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Pistons slammed the Knicks last night. We have the JB Bickerstaff sound, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, let's hear from JB Bickerstaff and his thoughts after the Pistons crushed the New York Knickerbockers. Knickerbockers.
1 second so I can get the sound right.
New York Knicker. What is it?
Yeah, I've been wondering that.
My daughter asked me that in the car because on the
Is it a sock?
no, it's pants. It's pants that they wore like back in the day, like around the First World War, the Second World War.
What a weak-ass name
Don't
that
get
is.
muddy. There's something like
Yeah, they're like
clam,
a
they're
little
like clam
higher.
diggers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you knew.
There's-
We could have just asked Maz. He wore them back in the day.
He wore 'em.
Yeah, he wore them back in the day. By the way, someone sent me on Facebook, actually, in the messenger. They sent me a screen grab of Maz wearing the Knicks hoodie.
Oh,
Wait, what?
That's
got
tough.
him. Got him.
That's tough.
Yesterday?
No, just in totality.
Oh.
Yeah. He tries to run from it, man.
He does.
But that's his squad. Don't get it twisted.
It's
How
his
was he
sec-
cheering last night?
He was cheering for the Pistons.
Was he?
Oh,
The
was
whole
he?
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, but secretly,
Like,
he
but
was,
did it feel like because he had his kids there beside him?
yeah,
and-
he was putting on the show
and
for us.
Putting
He
on a
was- he
show.
was. Kool-Aid was right there.
Was
You
he-
can't be a Knicks fan with Kool-Aid around.
He was like, yeah, Cade.
yeah, look, he was wincing. Yep, he had the pain face.
God, Cat just can't get the ball. Ugh. You got it, Justin? All right, JB Bickerstaff.
Considering the defensive effort, the way Cade took over in the third, you said the guys came into the game with something on their mind. Just broadly, what does this win kind of say about you all?
Again, it's one of 82, and that's our mindset. Again, we're focused on playing our best basketball every single night, and we don't change, because of our opponents or what the moment is. We want to be good, we want to be great, and in order to do that, you have to be consistent. So if you're playing, the emotional game and the emotional roller coaster, you can't find consistency. And I think that's what our guys have found is consistency in their system, in their identity. And that gives you the opportunity, to execute it at a high level. You come up with results like this.
Staff last night after they throttled the Knicks. Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. Cold Soldier 313. They are feminine pants.
Yeah,
I guess that's one way to say it. But males wore them back in the 40s, I was told. I was told by the Google.
Yeah.
That's what it said. DNC ENT, Neal, will Art and Jake's still have UFC with the Paramount deal? I would imagine so because they had to pay a licensing fee to UFC anyway to show the fights at Art and Jake's before. I would be stunned if they did.
I'm pretty sure they are. I thought I saw the last time we were in there some promo for the cards in January.
Yeah, so there you go. The answer is yes.
Also, we're going to have some stuff coming out soon about what we're going to do with Art Jakes for March Madness and some of this Michigan State basketball stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned in and tapped in for what we're going to be doing with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. Again, get into there, get your thoughts out there. But yeah, D-Mac, look, here's the deal too. And backing up to talk about Cade, and we got some of the super chats to get to. LaBartney, shout out main event. That was amazing to watch. A Braylon interview was incredible and can't wait to catch up on the rest. Thanks for participating in it, LaBartney, man. We appreciate you. I ain't say that. NBC score bug is nice, and there's a 3-point sign when someone makes one, which is nice, but no one's watching, I was told. Yeah, I ain't say that. It's really weird. Nobody likes the NBA.
I know,
but
right?
they get a $7 billion media rights deal for no one to watch, apparently.
Crazy.
It's really weird.
Sold out LCA, national television.
On a Monday.
Yeah.
Sideless in the super chat. Kate is only 24. Darren's 22. Stu is 24. Good Lord, this can go for a decade. And D-Mac, that is something, like usually when I ask, when we start talking about like championships, perhaps, it's usually my go-to with you. However, D-Mac, even you can't relate to this, what they got going on. Like these guys were put together when they were 19.
That'd be like Yzerman, Fedorov, Lidstrom all coming together at sort of the younger age instead of, Stevie being in his early 30s and Nick being mid-20s, Sergey being mid to late 20s. But this is like 4 or 5 years prior, so this really shows you the stability of what they have and their foundation. Like these are the foundational guys. I mean, look around the league. Talk about what other 3 guys. Go compare what the 3 guys that all the other teams have and look at where your age is, look at where your production is. I mean, by far the steps that Jalen Darren has taken this year is incredible to be able to put, those guys there. And then look at the ancillary pieces, right? Look at the pieces around him. I'm a big Ron Holland Jr. fan, and all this stuff. Like
he had a good night last night.
Look at Ivy. Look at like the way that they've come. So future's bright.
Kate Cunningham, by the way, like even through all of this, Cade is, you've heard me talk about Isaiah Thomas and my reverence for Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah Thomas did it the way that everybody says they want it done. He got drafted here. I think if you asked him in a moment of honesty, did you want to get drafted by the Pistons? He would probably tell you no.
Yeah.
Because of what it was. They were a 9-win team playing in a 75,000 seat stadium. Like, it wasn't a good scene. Isaiah shows up and says this stops. And willed everybody, willed the Pistons organization, willed the city to back-to-back championships in the hayest of the heyday of the NBA, the golden era of the NBA with Bird and Magic and Jordan.
Yeah.
And here was little Isaiah Thomas in the middle of that, winning back-to-back chips, just refusing, didn't go run to the public and complain about stuff, just said, here's what we have to do and I have to be better. Cade Cunningham is that second coming of Isaiah Thomas in that he got drafted here. Look, we played Oklahoma State when he was there, so I got a chance to see
I go
him.
back to that. You called it. You called it when you covered him. And the biggest thing, I'll tell him what you said that sticks in my mind is that this guy knows what needs to be done, whether it needs to be facilitating the game or taking over the game.
Yep.
He's a man.
He's a man.
He's
His body was
a
a
man. And what was the first things we said when he got drafted? This guy is mature. He's maybe being a father, being a young father. He shows this maturity. And now that maturity has led him to this leadership where he's being talked about as one of the best in the league. And every night he goes out in a game that's circled on the calendar, just like the guy you're talking about, Isaiah did, or all the greats in this town, and goes out and just shows you. And he's more action. He's that silent sort of assassin. Right. You know what I'm saying? He seems more laid back than Isaiah, but they have that same killer instinct.
No doubt. And what has Cade done since he's been here?
Produced.
went out there,
Even
produced,
when the team wasn't helping him out.
when it was awful, like
When it looked bleak.
when it was bleak.
Yep.
It didn't look bleak. It was
17
bleak.
wins, then 14 wins.
Right. Longest losing streak in the history of the franchise. What did Cade do? Didn't sit there and complain to the media. Didn't take down his images in Piston uniforms on social media. Didn't go cry to anybody about it. Didn't say, I need this to be good. Didn't do any of that, dude. Just showed up and played. And if you look at sign the extension, by the way, like pretty much the second he was eligible to sign the extension, didn't try to strong arm his way out of town. None of that stuff. Like that, I think people don't realize that. I honestly believe that some fans here don't realize Cade Cunningham wanted to be here from second one in a time where maybe even some of the fans didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Agents were telling players not to come to Detroit.
come here.
Because of the Troy Weaver and the Arn Tellem situation. It was nasty for a minute.
It was.
It was grim.
And through it all, there was Cade, right? I want him to be commended for that, like in this city. Like we always talk about that, right? Like we love our own. We love Detroit versus everybody. We love that stuff. That's Cade.
Yeah.
That is literally Cade Cunningham.
Ray, I'm going to get deeper on that, right? Because it goes to Cade's commitment and then the fact, I don't care what it is, but Tom Gores, the owner, realized, and this might have been, is that, I have this or whatever, but he didn't matter what it cost, blew that front office out and brought in the guys for his guy. Right? He had the star first, and then he put the GM and the right coach around him after the disaster, after what you're talking about. This kid stuck through and said, I'm going to be this guy. So whether it was he fell into it, whether we ever want to say, Tom Gores gets the second credit for putting that ball in motion instead of just talking about it. In sports, usually just talk about it. He did actions. Now, props to Trajan Langdon and props to JB Bickerstaff because look at the way that they've come, all three of them together. And now you're getting the best out of what you thought you had initially. So out of all that dysfunction, there's one thing that you knew. You had your Isaiah Thomas.
Number two.
Yeah.
You had
to.
You had number two.
In a draft where a lot of people thought we got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like
Compared to other first round picks. Why did Pistons get Cade?
Yeah. We get the number one pick this year.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Justin, I haven't said this in a long time on that. Fuck Jalen Green.
All
It's
day.
been a minute. We forgot about that.
All
one.
day. What is he doing with his life right
He's
now?
dose.
No, but now, and like, look, I'm saying all this not to say like it's guaranteed they're going to go win a championship or it's guaranteed they're going to be in the NBA Finals. Like I'm not telling you that. I'm saying that this team and this organization is what you say you want. Yeah. You guys, it's what you say you want about the city. Organic, built from the ground up, all their own guys. That's literally what is that not what everybody says they want?
No egos.
No egos.
Go to
like
work.
they defend, they play basketball. Because what do we get in on this show all the time when people say I don't like the NBA?
Oh, it's all threes.
It's all
and
3-pointers.
layups. Yeah.
Nobody plays defense. Like they literally do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
They literally do the opposite of that. It's what you say you want. So I think the city should be down for this team.
Neal,
I think they waking up.
Do you guys feel this vibe too? Right? Because have we not seen, like, up until, and I would say I don't feel as much this way, like Cade's starting to get these star calls or whatever.
Yes.
Like the league has realized Detroit is legit. Look at their stars. They ain't going anywhere. We're going to have to figure out a way how to sort of commandeer that this team will be in the hunt every year, being whether at the top, and like you said, whether winning or not, they're gonna be there. And this is a way that they're gonna play in the league. Because I sort of, as you know, like sort of like the satellite fan, is just sort of saying, okay, they're getting more respect to the last night. They let them play their game.
It's still
They
not
call it
perfect,
like
but
that in the past has
get
never
there.
been it. They've always had to fight through that too.
Yeah.
Is there something to it?
I would think so, right?
Like
It has to be.
right.
They would never allow that to happen to the Knicks on an Amazon Prime national TV $7 billion rights deal game.
Yeah, no.
They would never allow that to happen before, but it did. Woodward Sports Chat, the Wizard of Oz 511. Yeah, for the Detroit Pistons cheerleading squad to straight up troll Cat during the halftime show just makes us even more of a special team. I missed that, KG.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't catch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's electric.
No, I'm gonna go back
How'd
to
they
watch
troll
that.
him?
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm sure I could probably go find it on social media.
That's hilarious.
Which I will.
That guy Cat is a piece of work. But going back to that comment, I hate to use the S word, and we kind of maybe prematurely did that with the Tigers, but I think this is a little more, breaded out than that. Is this team special? Because
It's got the makings.
it's hard to explain like what's going on right now with some of the pieces that you're doing it with. These aren't traditional names that are typically, playing like they're playing.
Well, you know what it is? And you guys are going to laugh at this. And I know we're late for the break, but I don't care because we're vibing right now.
I don't care.
You know what it is? You know what flavor this Pistons team is?
Yeah,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
they are.
They went and got their guys. They bottomed out. They got their guys in the draft, and they're rolling with them.
Yep.
And they say, all right, this is us. Here we go. And that's where they're at, all homegrown. For everybody that loves the transaction and the trade deadline and the free agency and stuff like that, that's not how teams are built, man.
Yeah.
They're not. That's not how they're built. It's how they can be finished.
Yeah.
Like the job can be finished that way. But again, they are in the mold of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're doing it that way. They are. So again, this is what you say you want as fans. Literally, this is what you say you want.
People are catching up, Neal.
Yes.
Like, I haven't seen LCA that electric in a long time. We always talked about how that building has really felt empty. It felt like that building, didn't really resonate with us because of all the losing. But you looking now, we might have April in the D for real, y'all. You look at what the Wings doing right now, what the Pistons are doing, we might actually have April in the D, minus the Tigers, of course.
Rack got us up to speed. He said after their routine, they played the clip of Cat saying, after all that, sounding real feminine.
After all that, Spinny went nuts on the short last night, too. And big shout out to Kool-Aid and Chris Platty. We had a great post-game Pistons stream. Make sure y'all tune into that. It was really good.
Real cream of wheat. They are getting more whistles and non-calls. 100, they would never allow a game to be officiated like that with the Knicks participating in it before.
Yeah.
But you have to respect the Pistons. You have to. Like you don't have a chance. 10 Lions. This team reminds me of the 04 team, except with stronger stars. DNC ENT. Truthfully, Neal, none of us want that homegrown natural BS. That's all of our complaints when the Wings, Tigers, and Lions up until now. No, DNC, at least you're honest about it, man.
Yeah.
We
love the transaction.
We want trade deadline. Yeah, we want sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Hoof-hearted. Seeing Cade now and add Wemby to this team. Did the NBA have to steal Wemby from the Pistons? They would have won 10 championships in a row.
Maybe.
How often do teams win the number one pick back to back? Like when it never happens.
The Cavs did it.
Well, and yeah,
the Cavs for sure did it.
and they took Anthony Bennett one time.
Yeah,
didn't
they did. Fucking wasted a pick. Like they was getting so many of them.
Super chat, Dante 151. Did you guys know the Pistons only lost by double digits twice so far to this season, to the Cavs and to the Clippers?
Wow.
And that's it. No, Dante, it goes back to that. You're running out of things to say.
Yeah.
Even if you're you know how I always talk about D-Mac? People, depending on your narrative, have a checklist. I always like to use Jared Goff as an example. You'll never win games with Jared Goff. You win the division back-to-back times. You'll never win a playoff game with Jared Goff. He wins 2 playoff games in 7 days. They're down to the last one. You'll never win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. That's the way that some fans would view it right now.
With
where
the Pistons and with Cade.
With the Pistons and with Cade, right?
Yep. Cade has a checklist.
Yep.
The Pistons team has a checklist.
That's the way people work.
Yeah.
And you knock things off that checklist until you win a championship, and then there's nothing left.
Yeah.
That's it. So, that's where it is.
To be honest, the Pistons are the most tangible team to a championship. And I didn't think I would say that with the Lions having the resurgence they've had over the last couple of years. But look at this thing for what it is. They are the closest to a championship out of all of our teams here.
I agree.
Junior Guetta, the Pistons don't just sit on their hands. They make moves. Ownership makes move. To buy out a coach. Have you ever seen that since?
Not a lot.
Just in college.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Yeah, you don't see it a lot.
You don't-
Especially that much
Not
money.
that much.
He
60
cut him
million or
60
something?
million.
yes.
That wasn't a small check.
No doubt. And that's what always gave Nick Lucido, draft lottery's rigged 100%. I like, too, the people talking about the Knicks and their fans. You realize the Knicks haven't won anything since the finals were on tape delay. They didn't show the NBA Finals live the last time the Knicks won a championship. The Pistons are the cute team, but the Knicks haven't won anything since color TV was barely around, man.
Well, Neal, you mind your mouth. Nick Lucido said that's the NBA Cup champions you're talking about. So
I'm sorry.
yeah, the Emirates NBA Cup champions.
Sorry. Well, what does that say about the Pit? They knocked off a champion yesterday by 30 points.
Talk about it.
Are the Pistons the biggest dynasty in the history of the NBA because they knocked off a sitting champion midseason?
248.
Let's talk about
You
it.
could talk about it. Didn't that happen in soccer a lot? Somebody walking around with a cup they won last weekend, and
Yeah,
Out
that's
Chelsea.
more soccer than anything.
it is.
Shout out Chelsea and their bullshit FIFA Cup that they won over the summer.
Yeah.
Chelsea. Woodward Sports Championship. Colonel Ludlow, Larry Brown won the Pistons chip in 04. The Sheed signing helped, but it doesn't happen with Carlisle regardless. Well, we'll never know.
Yeah. Kanye voice. I guess we'll never know.
Yep, absolutely. AC 1058. Aw, the NBA Cup winners. Real cream of wheat. You can't argue against your points, Neal. I know, right? Detroit Dabber. People aren't letting the Pistons segment interfere with their golf hate. Of course. Man was only second in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like,
We got to start.
can you just say he's not awful? Like,
He's definitely not awful. But he has
no,
to,
I'm saying to the haters. Like,
yeah.
can you say he's top 13?
If you can't say that, then what are you watching for?
But I'm asking not me. You know where I stand with him.
Yeah.
I whatever. I'm ejecting now.
Slow hanging fruit.
Yeah,
You know it.
I am.
There's some real conversations to be had about our football
Hoof-hearted.
team.
Arsenal is winning this year. I know. I always hear that, and I never see it.
I know, right?
I always hear it. It's always
Didn't they
Arsenal's
just fire
year.
their manager? Oh,
I
no, that
was
was
told-
Man United that fired their
No, it was
manager?
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Chelsea.
The Rap Cave podcast. Knicks not raising their NBA Cup banner is an all-time comedy. Yeah. So, all right, let's do this. And I do want to get into the Red Wings, and then we have Lion stuff. Don't worry, everybody. We'll get to the football, even though you guys say you don't want to talk about it, and then ratings spike every time we start talking about it. So which is it? You know the answer.
It is.
I do want to talk about the Red Wings, though, D-Max. Since you're here, I do want to do a reset.
All right.
And, just see where it's at. We got young Justin here. He'll slap it up for everybody. Right?
Okay, Neal. Ote.
Okay.
All right,
Or
first-
Ote.
First, let me tell you about a Gold Crown. Yes, take your chill game to the championship level with Gold Crown. You know the slogan, smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through. Some of the finest cannabis products in the state, whether it's their Crown Jewel gummies packed with flavor and effects that'll keep you vibing, or their infused Jester pre-rolls that hit harder than a Lions linebacker. Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. I'll rise for the reign of royal highs. Only with Gold Crown.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Walking Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a haircut, scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of the talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code. Get your coupon today. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, keeping it pushing towards hour number 2. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl. D-Mac here in the house. D-Mac will be with us Wednesday and Thursday.
All
KG, yeah, he'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your server. Young Justin here in for Spenny today. Real quick, just wrapping up the Cade discussion. And I meant to do this last week, D-Mac, but I'll even say it now. NBA, wait a minute. Adam Schefter just tweeted some breaking NFL news.
Uh-oh.
Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is leaving the organization to pursue other opportunities. Kingsbury and head coach Dan Quinn met today and agreed to mutually part ways.
Detroit Lions, you have just found your offensive coordinator.
See a guy you'd want?
Yeah, man,
You know
Cliff
I love
Kingsbury
Cliff
with this?
I love myself some Cliff Kingsbury.
I
as
do
well.
too.
With this team?
Yeah.
With these pieces?
I love, too, that when he got let go with the Cardinals, he just went to Tahiti and just chilled for
Yeah,
like a year.
man. Dog, get that man on the phone. Make him the highest paid.
See your front runner?
I don't know. I don't know how
Don't
those
fight it,
personalities
Neal.
mesh.
Why not?
I don't know.
We got to stop being so judgmental. You make people conform to the system. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is that diverse from what we trying to do.
I don't disagree with you.
If we built this grit culture, then it should be fine. Why didn't he just run away?
No, but I'm saying, though, that's a little bit different dynamic, though. You know what I mean?
In what way, though? Like, help me.
Like Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Campbell. Like,
What you think he's smart? Too smart for Dan Campbell or something?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Dan's
nah.
just a meathead.
Nah, no.
Go for it on fourth down every time.
I'm just saying, what you get that?
Garble.
But isn't Cliff Kingsbury more Ben Johnson-esque? Aren't they more like the personality?
Yeah. Oh, personality? I don't know.
But to me, they seem sort of more in that category. I know what you mean about Dan. So we've seen that Dan can make it work with there. They're definitely not the same personalities, but whether it can work and seeing what the motivation level is, right? For Cliff Kingsbury to come and say, all right, if I take this Detroit team with which I know already has the weapons, like you're already looked in, you played against them to know what you want. You know when you're looking for something else, what's on your list, but that could get him back if he wants to coach by turning that around.
Yeah, and I feel like he's going to talk to teams about the openings.
Yeah.
Around the league.
Yeah, per Rappaport
you don't know if he
from
wants coach.
DNC, he says Kingsbury will be an OC again this cycle, but also should be considered as a head coaching candidate.
Yeah.
He'll probably be an OC for the right money.
So here's my thing then with it, where, like, look, Cliff Kingsbury is an elite offensive mind. That can't be debated.
Yeah,
like that can't be debated. I'm just telling you, I'm interjecting. I don't know Cliff Kingsbury personally. I've never met him. I haven't talked to him. I haven't had a drink with him. So, like, I don't know how he really is. You know what I'm saying? That truth gets told on a
Oh, yeah, on a bourbon?
Yeah,
oh,
100%.
Come on now.
But anyway, though, if it were me, I would be intrigued. The Dan Campbell stuff, the organizational stuff aside, and this is just me. If it were me and I believe in my abilities and I believe in myself, I would come here because if I bring a Super Bowl to Detroit,
you a made man.
100%.
That's what
There's no other accomplishment in this game that
Yeah.
you can do. Like, that would be
Instant Hall of Fame.
yeah, like skip the 5 years.
Yep.
Just
First ballot.
first ballot Hall of Fame. Cliff Kingsbury, greatest offensive coordinator that ever lived.
And why couldn't it work? I'm trying to figure out the reasons why it couldn't work.
No, on the field. No, I don't have no. I have no questions.
The
on
only
the field.
thing you can bring up is he's only worked with mobile quarterbacks. That's maybe the only thing you can bring up.
Does his style mesh with Dan Campbell and what he wants? And I can't answer that question.
You can make adjustments. You can collab. You can.
But then you're not getting him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you bring a coordinator in here, I don't think, and D-Mac, you tell me, like you've played for teams. You played for different coaches. You played for coaches that they were trying to, they would bring in a coach. It didn't work. Ultimately, you guys ended with Scotty Bowman. If you bring in someone, don't you kind of have to let them be them because that's why you brought them here? Or no? Or
Well, that's the conversation, right? I want this part of you, right? And then to lead in. But I think that that's something that, like you said, would have to be hammered out. The on the field football stuff looks really good, but it's that, what do we always say? Who's standing at the door letting you into Allen Park? Like, if you don't mesh with the culture, right, of what it is. Now, is it like something where we know Dan lets his guys do something, but it gets to a certain point, he's going to grab the reins? Yeah. Right? Do we let it get there? So all these conversations and questions that you have are legit. And that's why only they would know by being around each other. Like, that's the best part about in the game. In the game, the guys know each other in the game. You know what I mean? About what you're really about. Right? Because of either the players, whether it doesn't matter, coach, because all the players, everybody knows each other. So it could, we'll see.
I'm surprised.
It's a legitimate conversation, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised at all the backlash and the chatter, like the pushback, but we keep saying we want different shit. We keep saying we want things to change. Why wouldn't you go get the best guy on the market and figure out a way? Like, you keep saying we have no time. If he's the best guy on the market, I'm sure there's a way that him and Dan Campbell can mesh their styles to where they can put out a product on the field that is suitable for this Lions offense. I get that he's pass first. I get Dan Campbell wants to run the ball. But I don't see why those two can't come together and put together a game plan for the pieces on this team. He's the best in the business, or one of the best in the business, right?
That's the perception, no doubt.
We keep saying, let's get uncomfortable. Let's get uncomfortable. Let's do some shit you ain't did before.
That was my point. Like, would it work? Would people be able to step aside enough to make it work? Nicky dude, Jared Goff is a stat patter, but in the crunch time he crumbles. That's odd, Nicky dude. The biggest pass in the history of this franchise, Jared Goff put on the dot.
Yeah.
2 minutes to play, third down. The playoff game against the Rams, boom, in the chest, first down, Lions win. So, Nicky dude, in the biggest moment in the history of this franchise, now it's not Goff's fault that that's the biggest moment in the history of this franchise, but that's what it is for now. Did he deliver? Yes, he did. You can't question it. He says, Goff, it's top 5 stats, but never MVP because take him off this team. It wouldn't change much if you had Malik Willis. All right, you're done now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you for coming out. We certainly do appreciate your
giving
time.
that life.
Yeah, can't be doing it.
Come on now.
That was 2 years ago. Yes. Was it the biggest moment in the history of this franchise?
Yes.
Yes. Like, you can sit there, and Justin, I can see you trying to come up with a reason to say no. But it is.
No, it's not. There's nothing even close in my lifetime. I don't know why I'd be trying to argue for it.
Yes. So that's what it is.
Come on now. Make it. I just don't see how this doesn't work. It's not computing to me right now.
I don't know. People saying, Danny Garrett, Pistons destroy the Knicks by 30. What's the chat of the day? Lions make it make sense. Hey, Danny Garrett, we talked about the Pistons for an hour. Where were you? It's not my fault that you didn't show up on time.
Stupid.
Now, luckily for you, you can just rewind and go back and watch it, Danny Garrett. So you can do that, Daniel. Not Daniel Robert, Danny Garrett.
Danny Garrett.
All right.
Fucking Garrett.
But no, you guys know me. I love me some Cliff Kingsbury. Love me some Cliff Kingsbury.
Then make it make sense.
Yes. Mark Royal, the biggest moment was the 49ers game. Yeah, what did he do there? Put it on the chest, didn't he?
Yeah. So the drop.
So I don't know what more you want from Goff. He can only throw the ball. He can't control it once it leaves his hand and hits the other guy in the chest. That's up to the other guy. Amon-Ra caught it. Patrick dropped it. You can say all the bullshit you want. You can do all the mental gymnastics you want. Those are the facts. In the biggest moments, he delivered. So I don't know what else you want me to say. Okay, anyway, though. Woodward Sports chat thread. Real cream of wheat. Me too, but only at Texas Tech. Cliff's done jack since.
Well, look who he's coached. This year being not his fault. Jaden Daniels gets hurt, but
Took the Commanders on a run, right?
yeah.
He did.
Everyone was loving him last year.
And he's not.
Weird how that changes.
If you're judging him as a head coach, maybe he's not a head coach, but he's a damn good OC though, through
Right.
college and the pros. So
Yeah, no doubt.
Elite offensive mind.
yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Where was it at? I had it. Verice, I agree. Besides the Commanders game, but there wasn't a biggest moment in franchise. Like there wasn't a moment.
Yeah.
Just a game-deciding moment. That game was kind of lost as it went on. So I don't know what you guys want, man. That guy delivered your biggest moments. All right, Woodward Sports Super Chat, get into there. You can drop your thoughts in there. And we've gotten those cleaned up, so that is good. But I don't know, D-Mac. It comes down to will the styles mesh? And KG, to back up what you said, and D-Mac, like, this is going to be a running theme. You are going to get uncomfortable here. Dan Campbell, you are going to get uncomfortable. Brad Holmes, you are going to have to make uncomfortable decisions. We, as a fan base, are going to get uncomfortable because no matter what, whoever they get to be the OC, you're going to be uncomfortable because it's unknown. You won't know. You won't know until September. And you got to sit there and deal with it, man.
Yeah. But I'd much rather have a guy like that at the head of it.
Can we chat poll it, young Justin?
Yes, sir.
Cliff Kingsbury, yes or no?
If you had been, and I get what Cliff comes with, but if you had a Ben Johnson in here, I really don't see how a Cliff Kingsbury doesn't work.
Yeah. So I want to see it.
If Dan is the leader that, we think he is, he will humble himself if that's what it requires. I just think it can work, man.
Boy, Danny Garrett, we got two teams chasing playoffs, and I got to sit here and listen to a team that isn't even playing anymore. Danny, you can rewind it and do the first hour of Pistons talk if you want, Danny. No one's stopping you from doing that, man. Go ahead. Absolutely go ahead. Real cream of wheat. So the Commies offense sucked because Jaden Daniels was injured. Cliff couldn't adjust. How much data, D-Mac, do we have of Marcus Mariota
Jesus
not being
Christ.
good in this league? How much more data do we need?
They are finding any way that they can try to poke holes in this Cliff Kingsbury stuff.
Which I'm surprised at. This is what y'all say y'all want. Elite offensive mind, somebody innovative.
Someone
He's
who's
staring you in the
proven.
fucking face.
Who's proven? Not first time OC like how Johnny Moe was. Like, what are we talking about, guys?
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Make it enough. That's what you always quote, right? You always quoting Friday.
Yeah, right.
Make it enough.
Make it enough. All right. Chat poll. Cliff Kingsbury for Lion OC. 80% of the people say yes. So, okay. All right. Let's do this then.
I'd
Let's take
also
the
like
break.
Stefanski.
I would love that too. But now he's a second option. I want Cliff. Cliff's on the market. I want Cliff.
All right. Yeah. Let's do that then. Let's take the break. Let's talk about Sun Cruiser. Rest in Peace Tuesday coming up, by the way. Let's talk about Sun Cruiser, everyone. You guys know we've been talking about for a very long time. No bubbles, 4.5% alcohol, just 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar. It literally checks all the boxes, guys, and they taste great. Real iced tea, real vodka. They have the lemonade variety. I thought I was just going to be drinking them in the summertime. No, we've been doing it year-round, everybody. And we'll stay on the Sun Cruiser. They are a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. Love our relationship with them. We have a great time at the pregame shows and everything. Sun Cruiser is always a part of what we're doing here at Woodward Sports. Sun Cruiser.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Neal Ruhl here for Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. They are top of the line in terms of your heating, cooling, whole home generator, hot water heater needs. Pretty much everything. That's where Sharon's Heating and Cooling is at. You can go to sharonsheating.com. You can check out the website there. You can take a look at free instant quotes if you've been thinking about doing something. If you know that furnace is going to be going soon, you can take a look, see what the options are. They have the financing options as well. You can see how you're going to pay for it. All that stuff is there. KG can tell you. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, they are the move. He had some furnace issues. They came out. They got those things handled. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, keeping Michigan families comfortable and safe for over 42 years.
Let me tell you about Loom. Winter's got Michigan buzzing, and Loom is back with 2 brand new flavors. Grab the new orange or lemon lime buzzing today. Crisp, smooth, perfectly buzzed at 7.5 milligrams THC. Crank it up with the Buzzin' Max, 100 milligrams of cherry strawberry, or watermelon bliss, low-cal, hangover-free, and all Michigan-made. Find them now at Loom.com or any of Loom's 41 locations. Remember to use the code WSN30 to get 30% off your entire order.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Oh, I did want to give you guys this. I was starting to do that when Schefter upended the whole show by saying Cliff Kingsbury has been let go or won't return. You know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it means. But anyway, real quick, and I wanted to do this last week, but the NBA MVP odds, last week, Cade Cunningham was plus 5,000. Right now, he's plus 3,000. SGA is minus 450. Luka Doncic is plus 600, and Cade Cunningham is plus 3,000. There's worse things that you'll put $10 on in your life. You know?
I don't even look at Luka as in the conversation for real. It's a 2-man race until Jokic returns. But,
well, he's not going to play enough games.
Yeah.
So he'll be ineligible for the award. And I think Luka will be load managed to the point,
of course,
where he can't
it's
be
a 2-man race.
So if
and you already gave SGA one.
And if SGA, high ankle sprain, you know what I'm saying? Like if he goes down,
oh, it's over. K's winning that.
And at 30-1, like I said, there's dumber things you'll put $10 on.
Fine, Neal.
You got him. You got him.
You see where I'm coming from, though?
I see exactly where you're coming from. Honestly, plus 3,000 is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, there's dumber things you'll put $10 on. D-Mac, you put $10 on dumber things than that in your life.
I just put it on. I think I was doing that.
All right.
Sorry.
It's already in.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah.
Way dumber.
Dante151 in the Super Duper chat. If you guys don't want Cliff Kingsbury, then you're an idiot. He took that small child Kyler Murray and the Cardinals to the playoffs, and if Murray doesn't ish the bet against the Rams, they could have won it all. He did have that going for a minute.
He did.
He did, and once you get in bed with Kyler Murray, like, you know what. But hey, he got the contract, he got the money, and that's what it was.
Bro, him with a Jahmyr Gibbs in a play-action style offense, man, what are we talking about?
Colonel Ludlow, Neal, the Wings are at the top of the East in spite of themselves. They still have a long road to go. They need a 2C and a top 4 defenseman. All said, the vibes are high. Yeah, they are. Like,
you probably need only one to really make yourself a competitive playoff team. I think right now you have enough to get there. It's just going to be a tough road.
That's fair.
Probably have to get a bounce the way that it's going right now.
D-Mac, what would a sensible trade deadline move look like to you?
Solidify, right?
Give me an
like,
example not of a name, but of a profile.
Like you're looking to solidify, so you go look through like content. A couple guys that like come to mind are like a Bryant, a Rust.
Yep.
In Pittsburgh, expiring contract, top 6 guy. You know who are the top 6 forwards that can play in a different role if you need them to play down the lineup or whatever, but have had some experience, and also a D-man, probably a 4. Right, 4 or 5, something to solidify your body. Somebody to play with Johansson on a more skill level. Colin Murphy out of Chicago is another guy on that. So you're not going to make. There's no like big deal guys, I don't think, out there. But it's something
not
that you're going to solidify your roster, and guys that you're going to say, okay, they've been here before, right? You know what they're about. So you need some hockey players.
The DJCI, and I've heard a couple of people say this, asked, what about Zach Robinson for the offensive coordinator? He's still under contract with the Falcons. Mm-hmm. So who knows what's going to happen with them?
Yeah.
I would take Raheem Morris as the DC. Sorry, KG.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Everybody trying to fire me. It's cool.
Hey, man.
It's whatever, man. I see how y'all act,
Hey.
Shit goes down mid-season, y'all just throw me in the trash.
The Humpty Hump was many decades ago, bro. The shine's off. Just let me introduce myself. All right, Shock G.
My name is Kill.
Colonel Ludlow, Pavel Bure was almost a Red Wing. Can you confirm that, D-Mac?
I heard like there might have been
discussions,
scufflings of that back in the day, trying to get him.
I wouldn't have been able to.
I don't know
that.
what year or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So
that would have been too much for me, D-Mac.
Yeah, whatever. Sergey.
Oh my God. I was.
You know what? It wasn't too much for Anna. What? Wait,
what? Electricity, an electricity factory.
I know what you're talking about.
D-Mac, that would have been too much for me. Like, I was the only kid in the world that was watching the Olympics rooting for Russia in hockey because I was
that's literally
dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane,
dude.
Hey, he's honest though.
Yeah.
That's crazy honesty, but
you know what I loved about the Olympic hockey back in those days? I lived for when Russia would play Uzbekistan or Germany or somebody like that.
And it's like 25
and they beat them like 15-1 or whatever. Right. And the puck would move from goal line to goal line without ever being handled. It was like ping, 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 and then they would score.
Wow.
Like it was so entertaining, dude.
That's fair.
Like I loved it. Like Brazilian soccer back in the day.
Oh man.
Like they play with a flair. You know what I'm saying?
Ronaldinho in there?
I like entertainment, D-Mac. I don't apologize for it.
No, nor should you.
I don't apologize.
I have some entertaining profiles that I'd like to add to this team, Neal. One of them in particular is a guy with a little bit of piss and vinegar. This team still needs a little more physicality, and I'm not talking about someone who fights.
We need a
people.
big, tough defenseman, right?
We already have a couple of those. I think we need a forward. Like, we need a Tom Wilson-esque guy. But that's like reaching for the stars. Like, there's not many Tom Wilsons in the league, but a big physical power forward who can score a couple goals. Kiefer Sherwood is a guy who comes to mind. He's 6'4". He leads the NHL in hits. He also has over 20 points, double-digit goals. That's the type of guy I think would be a really nice addition to this team. Or, like you guys said, like a top 4 guy, a veteran guy, someone who can come in and bump Sherratt down to that third pair and solidify your defensive core. That'd be nice. And then the 2C obviously would be nice. You always gripe on it, Neal, the face-offs. This team struggles to win face-offs. They have one center that can win face-offs, and that's Dylan Larkin above a 50% clip. That's just not good enough. And you saw how teams can take possession and control and really ream us in our own end. I think
it's tough to have the puck and get shots when you lose 60% of the face-off.
Especially
D-Mac, am I crazy? I know I didn't play in the NHL.
Absolutely not. And that's a big part. Puck possession, especially
starts with getting the puck. It's really wild. I know. Sorry to interrupt you, Justin.
No, you're all good. I just there's a lot of things that could be added to this team to give them that push to be a lock playoff team. It's just, what do you value the most? Do you value that piss and vinegar? Do you value winning faceoffs? Or do you value solidifying your back end? But those are the three glaring holes. And then with Danielson being sent down this morning, I don't know how long that's going to be for. I don't know when MBN's going to be back. I'm even more aggressive in getting another forward in here because of the fact that you already committed to sending the kids back down.
Jaroxel in the super chat. Neal, I just put $45 on Cade. It pays almost $1,400. I need to get right after all these Lions games this year. And then there's this angle of it. The DJ, communist, villain pride, commie bastard, pinko commie Neal. Rack, I was the only one cheering for Canada at That's How I First Met Darren McCarty.
No, there was two other people. It was you, me, and two other people during the 2010 Olympics or whatever. When Crosby scored, the best part's Meltdown goes, man, what an awesome game as long as Crosby doesn't, and he scored.
Oh, wow.
That I still contend.
I was high-fiving the bar.
That's the greatest run that a hockey player has ever been on, like a calendar year run. Gold medal winning goal against the U.S. And I know everybody hates the man. I never understood it, unless you hate him like I hated Larry Bird. But I feel like you don't hate him the way that I hated Larry Bird, because Sidney Crosby's an incredible player.
Yeah,
incredible. One of the best. One of the goats. One of the best.
And you're saying Larry Bird's not?
And Larry Bird, one of the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people didn't like the antics, but you got to respect it, though.
Yeah, the Crosby and everything.
Yeah,
well, he used to be, but
running
he's
behind
matured.
Malkin,
Yeah.
Definitely.
What was the arc of Sidney Crosby, D-Mac? Sorry to get off topic, but you're here, and I like the
What do you
stories.
mean the arc?
Like when he came into the league at 18.
Whiner. and then complained a lot and didn't, but the way that he continued to play and the way that night in and night out and whatever, and then there was an evolution, and after he started winning, then you don't hear him complain as much or whatever like that, and it's more you watch it. Not now, for the past 5 years or whatever, he's one of the faces of the NHL, and you're proud of that. He's more of a Steve Yzerman now.
I would agree, that's a good count.
Right? So
didn't ask out, didn't say, "Hey, get me
no."
out of here,
And
we can't
here's
win."
the thing too: is as you're watching, when you're talking about a guy like that, and then it turns, and you're you watch a game and you watch how much he gets abused, and that bothered me for a while too. Is the guys were taking liberties with him, more or less, that he had an argument, and I think he learned that he would just be more respectful and whatever else, and it would end up in the wash. And now, he's highly respected. So,
Yes.
I mean, if he had 10% respect or 20% respect back in his early days in 08, 09 or whatever, because of not the player. Player's always great. Just the way that he'd cry.
Yeah.
Right? That's gone. That's gone. And that's so... Yeah, he's the epitome of leadership. To me, he's this age's Steve Yzerman.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Colonel Ludlow, Russia in the '90s was gas. No, they were fun, man. They were literally fun to watch. Villain pride. Neal was pissed for a week after the Miracle on Ice. I was literally just born. So no, I can't go back to that.
They should be in this Olympics, at least for hockey. Screw all the other sports. At least for hockey,
they should. I don't like when you put the look. I get it. I get the why, but I don't get the why.
I don't get the why either.
What
is this doing for
foreign policy? It doesn't change foreign policy.
Is it worse than FIFA putting them in the same group as Ukraine and Palestine with Israel?
Yeah, that is insane.
That's FIFA,
the script,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Right? It's the FIFA script.
FIFA has WWE writers.
They do.
They 100%.
Where do you think the NFL learned it from?
Yep. The DJCI. I ain't going to lie. I got a Russia Fedorov jersey. If I were going to get another one, because I have one, but Sergey signed it. If I were going to get one, I would get the Russian Fedorov one as well. If I were going to get one.
They have some tough jerseys in the store at LCA right now. They have a Swedish Lindstrom jersey, a all-star Eiserman jersey, like all Mitchell and Ness, like fully stitched out. I almost dropped a bag the last time I was in there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take the break, come back, and let's get to Rest in Peace, because it's Rest in Peace Tuesday, everyone, so we got to get it. Van Johnson Law, everybody. Look, whatever justice means to you, whether that's a settlement, whether it's a verdict, whatever it is, you need to squad up with Van Johnson Law. They will get you the result that you have to have. They will get you the result so the rest of your life is not impacted. Do I have your attention now, everyone? Go to venfights.com. Get tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Your case is decided when you hire your legal representation. That's just the way that it is, everybody. venfights.com.
It is finally time for the Woodward Sports outing at the Wicked Pickle. Come out Friday night at 7:30 for the Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament as they hit the court. All your favorite Woodward Sports personalities throwing down, plus local celebrities, and it's all broadcasted live. Sign up at pickleballtournaments.com or call Wicked Pickle. This is your last chance to also register for the Woodward Sports Wicked Pickle Open, January 9th through 11th. So make sure you tap in with Wicked Pickle.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Mr. Vapor Soar is a next-generation cannabis vape brand engineered for control, consistency, and clean delivery. The product line utilizes cutting-edge tech and streamlined design to meet the demands of experienced cannabis consumers. Introducing the all-new premium 3-gram disposable THC vape available in Berry Skittles, Blueberry Gelato, Bombsicle OG, Lemon Haze, Lush Ice, Phantom Punch, Rainbow Run, Strawberry Satori, and Vanilla Kush. Available in a dispensary near you. Find the store locator map online at www.mrvaporsoar.com. Follow them on Instagram at Mr. Vaporsoar.
All right, off and running. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Young Justin in for Spencer. We have KG, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Rack in the chat. Jesus almost maxed out his dad's credit card. I would have done the same exact thing. LOL. Mike G. Crosby's so good on the puck, and in the corners, it's sick. Try to take the puck off Crosby is one tough task.
I definitely don't make my own
Those American
money.
Express blacks don't have a limit, bro.
That's true.
You're right. I work for free. I work for free here. I'm here all the time and just for free. You're right.
DJ, why are people glazing Crosby on a Detroit live stream? This is why nobody takes our sports serious.
Because he's a good player.
Right, what? Y'all got to let that go.
What, you hurt from 09 after we
He ain't glazing is telling the truth that he went from a whiner and whatever.
Right.
Well, I mean, I got a guy
Asked a
sitting next to
question.
me that won 4 Stanley Cups that played against the dude. I'm
Right.
sorry, I
Beat him
wanted
in
his
one.
opinion.
If you love the sport, you appreciate greatness. And you got to give it up.
Yeah.
The man was great.
There is no doubt. All right, you guys ready? It is Tuesday. It is Rest in Peace Tuesday. Undertaker is locked and loaded. That is correct, right, KG?
Oh, always.
Always.
Man.
I
always
love it. Yes. Yes. All right. I like it. The DJCI, Woodward needs to find a way to link up with the developmental team in Plymouth. I've talked to them before. They've talked about getting us out there for a night. I got to get with DMAC and find a night that works. They said they wanted to get us out there, get
What's
the show
that?
out there.
US.
Yeah.
Oh, the under 18 ones.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll get it figured out and report back to you. All right, young Justin, you're in the leadoff spot.
I'm in the leadoff
You
spot?
are. Yep, you're
All right.
absolutely in the leadoff spot. Who you putting in the sports coffin?
I'm putting in the sports coffin. It is no longer Duval. It is now Duval.
Hey. Tell him about himself.
As the Jacksonville Jaguars are about to beat the Bills' ass, bro. About to show that fraud Josh Allen how it's really done down there in Jacksonville. We got Trevor Lawrence squatting people at the bar. They're getting rowdy down there in Saxonville. They're ready. Let's go, Jacksonville.
Neal,
Rest in peace, the Buffalo Bills.
I'm kind of feeling it, man.
Duval.
Neal, I know you're not going to like this, but listen. JB brought up an excellent point this morning. If Josh Allen don't do it this year, then what? The boogeyman's gone. There's no Mahomes. There's not even a Lamar.
He just needs everything right to be good.
I guess so.
He's got the leading rusher in the NFL on his team. There are no excuses. I don't want to hear it.
Bro, that's an indictment. If he don't do it this year.
You got the road now. You're playing Jacksonville, for Christ's sake, in the first round.
Hey, don't sleep, though. Okay.
Keep sleeping, Neal.
Don't sleep.
Coffee?
Keep sleeping.
Coffee?
Come on.
The coffee I owe you?
Yeah. What about it?
Run it back? I'll take Buffalo.
I'll take Jacksonville.
All right.
I'll run it back.
There it is. We're running it back.
I should double or nothing. I should.
Wow, that's a lot of confidence in this Jaguars. I still don't. I
don't
still
get
think
it
there's
either.
another bump to hit.
Something going to happen this year, and we all going to be shocked by it. I'm telling you. we going to see something that
Well,
we ain't
it ain't
seen
going to
What
be
are they-
Jacksonville beating Buffalo.
What
I'll
are the
tell you.
Jags for the Super Bowl right now?
Oh,
what are
God.
what are their odds?
I don't know. We have
I'm
to look
just
it
saying.
up,
You
but
said something's gonna go. They're either
they look good. They look good.
they could. I mean, it's one of these things. I don't.
It could happen, y'all.
I'm just waiting for the shoe to fall. And maybe it's just me.
Duval.
I don't think the shoe's going to fall, D-Mac.
Okay. I mean, you're telling me they're legit, but it's like
Plus
every year.
1,300.
Yeah, the Super Bowl odds, Seahawks are the favorite at plus 330.
Yeah,
That's, you're
we knew
throwing
that.
your money away.
Yeah,
on
we
that.
knew that, though. Come
The
on.
Rams at plus 425, Broncos at plus 650. I do like the Bills at 10-1. Okay, so if they're going to win, why are the Bills 10-1 and the Jaguars are 13-1?
I don't give a damn about Vegas.
Why is the line +1? If the Bills are so great, if the Bills are this monolith and Josh Allen is this unbeatable quarterback, then why is the line not favored more to the Buffalo Bills?
The DJCI. Josh Allen's a mobile quarterback, so he's guaranteed to win the Super Bowl, right? That's what I've been told, DJ. So I'm just going to go let it play out.
He better just run away from that Jacksonville defense.
Okay.
They go, yes. Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then I guess, it's somebody else's fault, right?
They're a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's a bad matchup for the Bills.
Why? They have the league's leading rusher, by the way. You know that, right?
I do know that. To match up
They-
with one
they
of
have
the
the
league's
reigning
best
MVP.
defensive
But it's like you try to
lines.
make our argument but not support the Jags. Like you get
No, that's Buffalo. Like,
if Buffalo don't get it done, bro, I'm telling you, heads
The
need to
Jags
roll.
defense is way better than the Bills defense.
Nicky dude, Josh Allen has no wide receivers. Oh, so everything's got to be perfect. You need everything for him.
He's got enough.
Make it enough.
Khalil Shakir got me through a year. He'll be okay.
Soccer Night in Detroit. I'm still booing them kids. F the Rams.
Oh, all day.
Yes.
That's what we do in Detroit.
All right, KG. Who you putting in the coffin? Who's your rest in peace?
Pretty plain and simple. Rest in peace to the New York Giants front office. Just when you get some shit good, you decide to bring Joe Shane back. What are you thinking? I don't understand. Like, I just please somebody help me understand. The man is 22-55 as a GM for the Giants, and their idiocracy was put on display with Hard Knocks just a year ago. I don't understand how you allowed this to happen. You seem to now have a quarterback and maybe a running back if he cannot get CTE, but you're going to waste it. You're going to waste it.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Danny G. Neal trying to put down Josh Allen while not propping up Jacksonville is too much.
It's nuts, bro.
I'm not putting down Josh Allen.
He's
Like,
trying
it's
to make an
time.
argument, but
Next
not
level.
support
It's
the
next
Jags.
level shit.
It's time, right?
We not worthy, bro.
No, I just want to know, if they don't win, what's the excuse this year?
What, with Jacksonville?
No, with Buffalo.
I literally told you. It's
Is it-
an
oh,
There is
indictment.
no excuse.
They had a
There is
tough
no
matchup. at
No,
Jacksonville.
it's an indictment. But guess what? Jacksonville could be the team to knock them out in the first round. Don't be surprised if it happens.
Then I will be indignant if he loses to Jacksonville. Indignant. I think they are going to win the Super Bowl. I think Buffalo is going to win the Super Bowl.
Sound good.
We've
heard that.
The road there is easy.
I've
No,
heard
I do.
that before, Neil.
No, but the road there is easy. There's no boogeymen left.
I told you that.
Lawrence is the boogeyman, Neal.
D-Mac.
You got to put some more
No,
respect
you're
on
right,
Trev,
though.
man.
I mean, and at the odds, to me, and everybody else is sold on Jacksonville. I'm not. They still got.
I'm not either. I will
Another
never.
hill.
We
to
know you
climb.
not.
Like they've gotten better and they've proven that they're all in together and stuff like this. But if it's Buffalo's time, there's no easier path.
This is it. This is it.
Yep. No,
Like,
I agree.
You
with
have the
So if
leading
it's
rusher
set up
in
for
the
that.
league. This
Bro,
is
they-
it.
It's
didn't
almost
even
like
have-
a get right.
They didn't even have the regular season you expect them to have normally. Like, it was a struggle
I know
this
that's
year,
why
especially
it's
toward
sort
the
of
end.
like they're gonna flip the switch. I have more of the same feelings about Buffalo that you do, but it's got to be now or never, right?
That's the upset
You would
alert.
think, but then people just say what else he needs, right? Like there's no. Can we just admit this? It is a baseline. Like, if you don't win it, are we done with the excuses for the man?
No, it's over. It's an indictment.
Like, does he cross the bridge finally? Does he
Yeah.
get criticized or no?
think
I guess
he's
that's a
already
5
been
to 7
criticized.
I
question.
think his talent, wherever will keep him right at the top of like that Marino category until he gets over the edge.
Nope.
And he may never get over the edge.
We'll see. Might be this year.
And it's not like this game is in Buffalo. If it was in Buffalo, maybe that's a different story.
Yeah.
This game is in Jacksonville, baby. Duval country. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Upset alert.
D-Mac, who you putting in the coffin?
Well, I'm putting in the coffin of somebody who buried himself so far, but it's not. I'm going to use him as an example, but this is this type of year. In the coffin will be now the kickers. Somebody's going down, just like Tyler Loop for Baltimore, right? Because think about it. If he makes that kick, it's Boswell missing the extra point. Now it's coming down to kicker time, kicker coffin time. I think more this year.
You don't know which kicker. but
I don't
you're
know
putting
which
a
quicker, but a
Right.
kicker is going in the coffin to whatever, because I think that what just happened is going to happen more of not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some big kicks missed. That's what I'm predicting.
I like
but-
that, D-Mac.
But
That's deep.
It is, and I think it just showed it, right? That like
You got to give him his credit.
About what?
When greatness is on display,
Great at
that's
what?
about. Wait, what? What are
he
you talking
wants
about?
to criticize the Bills, but he doesn't want to back the Jags. So you doing the middle dance right now.
The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl.
Neil, you're fence sitting, as they say.
The Cade thing, I feel the same way about the Bills at 13-1. Like 13-1, that's worth a spin, dude. You'll put $10 on dumber stuff.
No fact.
13-1 is good value. I'm sorry, they're 10-1. The Jaguars are 13-1. At 10-1, it's good value.
Sure. And so is the Jaguars.
No, the Jaguars. You're lighting your money on fire.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, you are literally lighting your money on fire. You know what? If you're gonna bet, say you're gonna bet $100 on the Jaguars to win the Super Bowl, just get that $100 in dollar bills, put it in the backseat of a convertible in a bag, unzip the bag, and drive down the expressway with the roof open. And put your Twitter handle on it.
When he gonna learn, bro? They better not win. They better not win. We on bullshit one day. We on bullshit.
Okay.
You think they would be on the graphic?
Crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
It's coming from a man that didn't even think they'd be on the
Bro,
graphic.
we're getting to a point though where they're
You gotta
the 2
acknowledge.
seed. Like they're the 2 seed.
You gotta acknowledge what's going on.
They could have been the 7 seed. Going into the last week, they could have been the 7
and
seed.
guess what? They weren't.
Yeah,
They
with-
beat the fuck
with
out of
5 teams tripping over their fucking dick.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and they had that tough matchup, right, to win.
Yeah.
Okay, then you. Okay.
All right.
How about that win against the Broncos 2
He
weeks
gonna
ago?
find a
Everyone
way.
was talking
That was a nice
about
win. That was a
the
nice
best
win.
defense.
You
in
can't
the
have
NFL.
it
They
both
put up
ways,
30
That was
Neil.
on 'em.
like when the Bears won at Philly. That was a nice win. You
It
buying
is.
the Bears?
I'm buying them
With
against the Packers next week.
With the plus 22 turnover differential, we saw what happened. When they don't get a big turnover edge, we saw what happened Sunday.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
not saying that they're real, but I'm saying that they're realer than people. Like, people think they're going to lose to the Packers without Micah Parsons. Like, okay.
Dante 151 in the super chat. For Spenny, I'm putting the Buccaneers in the grave. Thought you was going to win the NFC South. Nope. The Saints decided to lose. Dante, I will do the honorary Spencer Raxter. Rest in peace to the Carolina Panthers haters. You guys all said it couldn't be done. You for sure gave up on the Panthers
You did.
when they lost to Tampa. Spencer may have even given up on the Panthers when they lost to Tampa with the text that said, quote, damn, rip.
The Panthers are Resident Evil.
Yep, there you
They
go.
are a
So,
zombie
Spenny,
movie.
I did it for you. And then next Monday you can finish it off when the Rams dump truck them in Carolina. And you get to do it one last time.
Yeah, it's going to happen for sure.
All right, for me, rest in peace to the San Francisco 49ers and their
Everyone's illustrious Bills.
yeah, the immortal Josh Allen. I guess he just needed everything right that day and didn't get it. They're going to win the Super Bowl, though. They are.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills are.
Neal, look at
Make
Neal.
it enough. Make it enough.
Neal towing the line, baby.
Make it enough. D-Mac, who you got in the Super Bowl, real quick?
Right now, the Rams in Buffalo.
Oh, so a couple of road teams taking the
Yeah.
whole road in.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a schmozzle this year.
Now,
All right.
that'd be a hell of a Super Bowl.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle ain't winning shit.
No,
Seattle,
yeah, not even.
Seattle and the Broncos are the 1 seeds.
You gonna see some shit this year that y'all wasn't ready for.
I bet in the end it'll be the Eagles.
It'll be the
Bills,
Rams.
The
No,
Rams.
I think the Rams will win, but
If you had to make up,
I'm
if
feeling
you had
Jacksonville.
if you had to go to bat for one of these off-brand teams to win the Super Bowl, D-Mac, who would it be?
New England.
New England.
Yep.
It's not off-brand, though.
Yep, they're 9-1.
it's
Like,
off-brand
the
for
odds
this
say
year.
that they're
I
off-brand.
guess.
It's off-brand for this year because nobody saw it coming.
You know they have more players with assault cases than they do wins over teams with a 500 or better
I do
record,
know that.
right?
Yeah.
I'm aware.
It's an
And
interesting
guess who's
quirk.
also clear for the playoffs?
Yep.
That man with the assault charge.
I
Okay.
think Drake May's
Great
gonna
league.
be it.
Love
You
the
think
league.
so?
And
they'll
maybe
be at
not
home.
this year, but like they're building something. This is a Vrabel team that we expect, right? Like they're gonna fight. So I mean they could, because they put up more. It's not the Tom Brady team, and it's not the old New England. If you watch this team, they can gun, like they can get out there and they play good enough defense. To me, so I think they haven't been on the stage for long enough that they're quiet, and I still think that people are sleeping on them. But that's just me because
My sleeper team's
I
Houston.
end up watching more
mine too.
games. That's my Carolina to Spenny,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Is
I got
that
you.
New England?
Guys, I'm just telling you too. When the Bills beat the Jaguars, then they'll probably have to go. They'll have to go to Denver because are the Chargers going to win at New England? They could, 100% they could, but probably not. So then the Bills would have to go to Denver. Like it just lines up for them, man.
Okay.
It does.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, how many elite defensive lines is Josh Allen really going to beat this postseason? We'll see.
You know,
He'll just run away. Don't worry about
Oh, yeah, he'll just run away.
You know who else it's setting up for too? Well, the
it. Yeah, the Rams kind of got a path.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably end up having to go to Seattle. Well, I mean, if the Packers beat the Bears, Seattle's got a road too, man. Like if the Packers do beat the Bears, and that's a coin flip game, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it is. Yeah.
If the Packers beat the Bears, then the Packers got to go to Seattle,
Chicago.
and then the Rams got to go to Philly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Like it's there is a road for the Bill. If the Bills don't do it, dude, it's never happening.
It's over. Yeah.
We're at that point for
Yes.
sure.
I ain't say that. Can we in the super chat? Can we put the NFC South into a wormhole? I don't know. There's a part of me that wants them to leave it the way it is, like the division should matter. You know what I don't want them to do, D-Mac? I don't want them to, if you win your division, you have to still, but you have a bad record, you still have to start on the road. I don't want to see either you have divisions or you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, don't be half pregnant.
No.
Like, just do it. If you're gonna do it, then do it. So that's the way that I want it to go, man. So, yeah, I don't know. Is Doc here? I don't see him. He said he was going to be here at 12:40.
No, he's not here yet.
I don't see him. All right, well, let's take the final break, and if Doc gets here, we'll go ahead and do it. Where do you want to go here? Are we going to Buddy's?
Yep, we're going to Buddy's.
All right, Buddy's Pizza, everybody. It has been the time of pizza, love, and joy. $50 Buddy's gift card will get you a free 4-square one-topping Buddy's Pizza. You're going to eat at Buddy's throughout the year. So here's how I would play this. Say you go to Buddy's, maybe you go 5 times a year, 4 times a year, 6 times a year, whatever it is. I'd roll in and get me 4 of those $50 Buddy's gift cards, and I would get me 4 of those free 4-square one-topping pizzas. It's almost like getting a free night of Buddy's. So there you have it, everyone. That's the move. Go to buddyspizza.com. You can buy them there or walk into any one of the over 20 Buddy's locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. There's even one downtown. If you're going to a Wings Pistons game here through the winter, they have a Buddy's right there, smack dab in the middle of downtown. Buddy's Pizza, love and joy.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
No matter what we do, we all have aches and pains that we deal with on a daily basis. Providing you with relief reliable so that you can live your best life is what Chill Medicated is here to do. Chill Medicated's line of topical products are non-transdermal, meaning it does not get you high, making it the perfect fit for all-day use in any environment. Find reliable relief where it matters most. Pain may be inevitable, but suffering is not. Try today at chillmedicatedcbd.com.
All right, back at everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Real quick in the chat, Nick Lucido still not talking about Houston. I see. Love that defense. No, that's like my, bomb pop pick. I guess you could say. Like,
What were they?
13 to 1.
Wow, that's a good.
Yeah.
There's a couple good odds out there.
Absolutely. We're about to have a good discussion, by the way. Dr. Pierce is here virtually, as a matter of fact, and it is time for our Tuesdays with the Doc, brought to you by the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. His visit's powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield as well. And Doc, what is going on, my friend? How are you? Glad you could squeeze us in. I know you had a lot of stuff going on, man.
We do. But this is important to me. Keep you guys in the loop of what's going on in my life, but more importantly, the aftermath of the Lions and all that stuff going on, and loving the Pistons and the Red Wings the way they're playing. So I don't think there's going to be anything short to talk about sports wise or injury wise. That's for sure.
No, there is no doubt about that. And Doc, I think that we have to start with Taylor Decker, and we have to start with, and look, like I think you've done a great job through our time here, where you've kind of humanized these guys, and we've talked about it before too. When you saw Taylor Decker's remarks and you saw the emotion, and as a guy, that's been in the locker room with professional athletes and have been through these types of scenarios before, what did you see, Doc?
I saw a guy that, kind of like the way he plays. He wears it on his sleeve. He's got a big heart. But at the end of the day, he's going to do what's right. I mean, his decision making has changed. He's got a family now. He's got different people involved in his life. That's where he's thinking. I mean, his family's been his team this whole time. And it's a transition I see in a lot of players where they go through that maturity. But family, marriage, I mean, we see it a lot in golf, on the sleeve. We were seeing these players, become, we've all done it. We've all become a parent. It's just another part of your brain turns on that I'm responsible. I'm the one that's going to be there. And for Decker, you saw a raw side of him, which is great. I mean, it does humanize him. Sometimes we think he's a robot out there. He's a mechanical individual. It's just, why didn't he block, like you said, Garrett and these guys come in and protect the quarterback? But there is a human factor to it, and he humanized it real quick. But I'm not so sure he's done. I think once he
Really?
removes the emotion, no, I think it's 50-50. I mean, these guys can sit down, kind of like what Ragnow did. It's like, I took the time off. I'm healing. My body feels better. I mean, these guys' bodies feel like crap. You feel like you've been through, a train wreck, and you want to come out and make a decision. And right now, he's sore. I mean, we can talk to Matt, especially when you lose. Last year, when they were winning, those aches and pains don't feel as bad as when you lose. They had a little disappointment this year. The aches are a little bit more. Your adrenaline's a little bit different. All your hormonal things going on in your body. There's hormonal responses to winning and losing, with depression and all this stuff. Not just saying he's depressed, but there's still different chemical makeups that affect you, that get you, that injured shoulder is like, oh my God, I can't use it, versus I think I'll be okay for Sunday. I mean, there's just a different attitude that takes place with winning and losing. And I mean, you're looking at it. I don't, I'm not going to be surprised if he's suited up this year, going into next year. Kind of like he said, let me take some time off. Let me see if I have career-ending injuries that I might lose a limb on, which is exaggerated. But he mentioned it. I need to talk to my people close to me. I need second opinions. I need ideas of how I'm going to recover and rehab. I think he's very rehabable. I think he's got a lot, a couple more years of career in him. It's that mental attitude of what the Lions are going to do in the offseason to really go for the Super Bowl. I think they fell short. I think there was a big learning curve with Dan Campbell in the office. What we need, the holes that we have. I mean, I think the offensive coordinator is a big deal. Now I'm getting outside of my medical degree, but the injuries, you got to realize these guys are warriors, and good or bad, the end of the season, this starts their recovery. They're not going through the playoffs. Last year they went through the playoffs. It just takes weeks off of you that you can't recover. He's got more time to recover. So again, glass half full. All of our injuries, we got 2 to 3 more weeks to recover and realize who we have as a team, who's in that locker room.
So, Doc,
I think, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so what you're telling us right now is that there's not an injury on this roster right now at the end of the season, that you're worried about that. Because you're right, as an athlete, as you feel better, then your mind starts being more clear, and then you start looking to next year. So that's more of a wait and see to hear what surgeries or what injuries guys are dealing with. But when they get into February, into March, as it gets closer, maybe it will be change of heart or something because it's not that serious. So are you not concerned with it? It's just more nicks and aches and pains and nicks and bruises and stuff that can be healed in the next few weeks or a month?
No, I think it's a longer period of time, but it is that healing. I mean, God, you know personally what you felt like at the end of a season, a playoff run, where you fell short with the Stanley Cup, and you feel like crap for about you recover for 4 weeks. You just turn it off for 4 weeks, and then you start the recovery. So I'm saying 2 to 3 months is where he's going to start really, like you said, his mental clarity will be better, the pain, the aches, can I get out of bed without, doing 100 different things? That's all going to play a role here. Yeah, I think the 2 month mark would be the earliest I would anticipate anything from any of the guys that are in that mental situation. But also, we're out looking for who's going to be around them. Are the Lions committed to winning a Super Bowl? This guy's not coming back to not make the playoffs. So I think that's going to play a role too. How well are we going to prepare it? How well are we going to be, the Warriors in the locker room again? How are we going to bring that back? I think they got, took it for granted what they had last year. And I think, the end of the season, like Campbell says, that's a learning lesson. That's a feeling in your gut that you don't want back. You want to fight harder next year. Is there a glass half full here with winning the Chicago game? And we do have a team that's going to go fight even when there was nothing to win for, essentially. So, yeah, I think Decker, I think the takeaway message with Decker, they are human. I like what Neal said. They are human people. They do have families. They do have responsibilities. They don't want to be not being able to get out of bed and play with their kids when they're in their teens and playing football with them. I know a lot of Red Wings that are banged up now that played. The alumni, is a great example of that. I mean, there's a toll that takes on this body. When we argue that these guys make so much money, their window of career is very small. So I don't argue with them that they go for it in that small, you know, these guys could be as many as 2 to 4 years. Nobody's doing 20-year careers. So I compliment Decker. I don't think it's anything to do with money. I think it's doing with what's best for him, what's best for his family, and are we going to have a Super Bowl contender next year that I can play for?
Dr. Pierce joining us here for another couple minutes before the end of the show. Doc, one more thing about the Decker thing, and this is just for me because this is something that popped in my head and that I'm curious about where, you brought up the fact, you and I were texting a little bit before the show, like during the show. Give me a for instance to where Taylor Decker, he says, I can't throw a football to my kids right now, which really, struck me and I think struck a lot of people. How, and you don't know because you're not in the room, but I'm going to be unfair and ask you anyway, how can that man block Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons and come home and not be able to physically throw a football? Just can you take me through the physics of that, Doc? Because I can't even comprehend it. Can you give me possibly a for instance?
Well, I'm a personal story of, for instance, I got injured being on the sidelines when I was the main doctor for arena football. I had a player come over the bench and I tried to stop him with both my arms. Both my shoulders went back and I tore one of my ligaments. I couldn't throw the ball either. So what it is, just to put me into the
You
personal
couldn't
part
throw
of
it
this.
before.
I could hear you. Basically, you got to understand most of his world is from the shoulders down, right? So your power is from your shoulders down. When he has to get up over his shoulders, that's where the pain really goes. You engage your shoulder joint, which is all in here. So when you're throwing a football, you're engaging that whole over the arm, over the shoulder kind of motion. So he can probably flip it underhand to him, but he probably can't go through the motions of throwing the ball because of the damage to his shoulders. He's basically holding a person off with his shoulders, taking a lot of torque on that ball and joint where you have the four big muscles and the ligaments inside where they're probably partially torn. That's probably what he's talking about with the constant pain and discomfort. So again, I think that's going to recover. I think he's going to get the second opinion. Is it just a cleanup? Is it just a few secret sauces? Or is it actually surgery plus everything? So I think over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to hear more about it. Or he's pretty a private guy. We might not hear about it. But yeah, I mean, when you're blocking, you're here underneath from shoulders. So if you just do it with yourself, you can see that your power is within here If everybody can you see me?
Yeah, we got you.
Where it's below shoulder height, but when you go up above, you become a lot weaker. So if you're pushing up above, the strength of your shoulders got to be tremendous. And these guys are usually blocking in front of them. Like, keep everybody in front of you, keep it in the zone. Keep it between your shoulder and your waist height. When you get up above, you become naturally weak, even when you're healthy. So you want to block from that level down. So keep it between it's just like dancing. You keep your arms between your shoulders and your hips. You don't go above.
All right, Doc. Well, as always, man, we appreciate the time. Appreciate you, moving some stuff around and squeezing us in there. And we'll be back at you next Tuesday, all right?
All right, everybody be good. Happy New Year to everybody.
Al, thank you very much, Doc. Appreciate it. You as well. Let me clean up some of these super chats here before we ride out. Woodward Sports super chat. Just talking about the NFL setup for the playoffs. Michael Weary in the super chat. Get rid of the divisions. Let each conference winner get a bye. Seed everyone else by wins and losses. That makes it fair and even. But then the questions about the schedule imbalance comes out. You know what I mean? Like, how do you reequate that and all that kind of stuff? QB Michael G2 from Canada. Didn't say anything, just dropped a super chat in there. But shout out to Canada. We're big fans of Canada here.
Except during the Olympics. Rah!
Okay. Brandon Edwards in the super chat. D-Mac, I'm going to my second ever Blackhawks game in Chicago on the 17th for my birthday. Is there any nice restaurants you can recommend that I can take my girl to?
There's nothing around the rink, so stay downtown.
Yeah.
You can take her to Gibson's if you want to.
Gibson's is very good.
I love Gibson's.
Chop House is good.
I recommend it. Rosebud and Butcher and Bear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pizza sucks.
Yeah, the pizza's a lasagna. Like, it's not really pizza.
I
it's good, but it's not pizza.
Like Illuminati's Chicago-style pizza because they have very crispy butter crust.
There you have it, everyone.
We need to do 2 reads before we dip out.
All right, what'd you want, man?
Let me tell you about Mad Packs, and then D-Mac will tell you about Massage Chair.
All right, please do.
All right, Mad Packs fans, if you're looking to elevate your rotation, listen up. You already know about the high-low pre-roll and the boom shakalaka. But Mad Packs has something fresh for you this new year. Look out for Mad Packs Extracts and Blizzard Packs. The best thing to get you through a Michigan winter is some Mad Packs. So stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all the latest updates.
Massage Chair House.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
Looking to take your relaxation game to the next level? Visit Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, featuring top-tier brands like Infinity and Osaki. This is your destination for premier comfort, cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews, at the Wellness Doc. Book your visit today. MassageChairHouse.com, or simply scan the QR code on the screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
All right, wrap this up here in the chat. Steve Wilds. Neal is selfish. Neal doesn't lift. No, I have angled away from lifting now. It's about core stability, stretching, separation of shoulders and hips. That's what we're looking to add, about 15 yards on the golf swing. So that's why we're doing
golf
that.
game.
Yep, that 100%. That's it. And last one, Nikki Dude. Brad wants to pay our guys that have never won a Super Bowl. Nikki, would you let Aiden Hutchinson walk? Would you let Amon-Ra St. Brown walk? Would you let Penei Sewell walk? No? Okay, good talk, brother. For D-Mac, I'm Neal Ruhl, Young Justin, KG, thanks for tapping in. Make sure you catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep 2 to 4. Well, see you later.